Welcome back to Atlanta Plugged In. It is time to ask the lawyer. We have attorney Richard Griffin to talk a little bit about personal injury claims and personal injury cases, and exactly what does that mean?
Yeah, personal injury would be any accident that's caused by the negligence of someone else. A lot of times it's car accidents or dog bites or slip and falls where someone falls and gets hurt and there's water that should have been cleaned up. There has to be a negligent act, and then you can recover for your pain and suffering, for your lost wages, and for your medical expenses. So that can add up to a lot if someone's very, very seriously injured.
And can it be anywhere, or is it more like a grocery store, or can it happen anywhere?
Well, it can be anywhere. I mean, you could, for a slip and fall, for example, I mean, there could be an example would be a deck that was improperly constructed that breaks away. You hear sometimes during the summer those kinds of things happening, but it can be anywhere. A premise liability case can be against anyone who is occupying a land and doesn't take care of a negligent situation that's causing a danger that they should have known about or did know about. And
didn't fix or take care of. And what are some of the factors that can increase the value of a personal injury claim?
Well, there are a lot of them, and these are kind of big deals if these are the case. So the first one would be the severity of the injuries. If you have a traumatic brain injury, that can be a lifetime problem and can require a lot of in-home treatment and can devastate the individual and that individual's family. You could have a spinal injury where someone was catastrophically injured and they become a paraplegic or quadriplegic, and we've had those situations, and they are extremely sad and difficult, but you try to help them put their lives back together and have the money they need to be able to go forward and make ends meet and be able to take care of themselves. You could also have fractures that are, typically the biggest ones are the ones that are going to involve, orthopedic surgeries. They're going to have pins and plates and that kind of thing. You have herniated discs, and you have other type of joint injuries. All those things, if you have them, you need to call 877 Pain Law, because those are the cases where we can make the biggest impact for our clients, because they are going to have the biggest recoveries because of those injuries. Are there any things, or are there certain things that limit how much money you can get from the claims? There are. One of the biggest things that's going to limit it would be the policy limits. If you have to get an attorney, and that's why as soon as possible you need to call 877 Pain Law, because we need to find all the insurance policies that are out there. For those bigger claims or for any claim, you need to know what covers it, and there can be as many as 5 different policies. You need to have us verify what those policy limits are, and then we're going to negotiate to make sure that for those big cases we recover all of those limits, because there are situations where it's going to take everything that is out there to really make them whole. Is this what you see the most of? What kind of cases do you see the most of? Well, we probably handle personal injury cases from automobile accidents the most, but we have handled cases that involved refrigerators that were improperly installed, the dog bites, the slip and falls, all of those things. Other factors that can limit it also would be if there's liability issues, and we get in and investigate and get the recorded statements of the witnesses, because there are times where if you don't have that, the adjuster may just say, no, you're not going to get anything. The other thing that can make the biggest impact is hiring the right attorney. We have got a track record, and you go to 877painlaw.com and click the How Do I Decide, and you can see client reviews. You can see the awards that our attorneys and myself have received, and you can see the settlements and verdicts and see that we have a track record of success. And that's important. When you're making that decision of who you hire, that's going to be a huge factor in what you get. And the Insurance Research Council did a study, and it found that if you have an attorney versus not having an attorney, you're going to recover on average 3.5 times more. Wow. So that is a huge thing. And hiring the right attorney is important too, because we have a lot of examples where we made a bigger impact for people who tried it themselves and got worried and were able to give us a call and get us involved before they made those mistakes that could easily happen. Yeah, so now we know who to call. This guy, Richard Griffin, 877 Pain Law. Don't forget, if you want to contact him, it's the Griffin Law Firm, 877 Pain Law, or his website. It's very easy to remember, 877painlaw.com.